tired of that kind of stuff.
Well, I think we're very opposite people, though. I do think we're opposite.
But
I want
get them to vote for you.
I know. Well, you know, it could be that doesn't. Yeah, it could be that doesn't happen. I mean, hey, look, I'm putting myself out there. It takes guts to run for president, and even these other guys, it does. You know, I've always heard that if you're very successful, you cannot run for political office, and especially you can't run for president. And I never really got it. But now I get it. I mean, I get attacked every day so viciously by the press, which is, you know, largely dishonest. I have to be honest with you. No, I mean, and in all fairness, no, I mean, I've had some incredible I've met some really talented political reporters, but there's a lot of dishonesty going on and purposely going on, and you really wonder what's going on. But it takes courage to run for president. And I would say this, for the politicians that run, probably not so much. That's what they do. They run, they lose, they win, they run, they keep running. But for a person to come out of the private sector, especially somebody that really has had great achievement, John McLaughlin, the McLaughlin Report, he's a good guy. He said the other day, he was arguing with one of the people on the panel, he said, I don't understand you. He said, this is a man of great accomplishment or achievement. Why do you think he shouldn't run? I saw it with some of the people when I was on the debate, which, by the way, the polls all said I won the debate. Can you believe it? You know, if you listen. And my questions were slightly harder than everybody else's. A little bit harder. But you know, I've seen some of the things I've seen in the political circuit. It really does take a certain amount of courage. And when I made that decision, that final decision, I'll tell you, it went right up to the wire. I just took a deep breath. I said, here we go. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make our country great. I'm running for president. And I just said, oh, I've done it. Because I want to make it, I want to do something so special. And you know, as well as I've done in business and all of that, it's so much, this is so much more important, what I'm doing now. It's just so much more. I'm building buildings, and they're wonderful and great. I'm building one on, think of this one. I'm building one on Pennsylvania Avenue, right next to the White House, between the White House and Congress, the old post office. Okay? It's great. It's, by the way, under budget and ahead of schedule. Isn't that nice? It'll open far ahead of schedule, under budget. It'll be one of the great hotels of the world. I love doing that. Doral in Miami, Turnberry in Scott. I mean, I do great stuff, the most I can. But that's all. This is so important. That won't even matter if our country falls apart. And our country's falling apart. And I just wanted to do this. And you mentioned wall. I mean, I will build the greatest wall that you've ever seen. And I would never do this myself, but I hope it's going to be so, and it actually will even look great. I already know what it should look like. You know, the other day they were saying, I was watching these characters, politicians that are running against me. You can't get Mexico to pay for the wall. Of course you can. They can't, because they never would even think of it. Do you know how much Mexico is making from the United States? That's peanuts, the wall. And then they say, you can't build a wall. It's too big, it doesn't work. Well, 3,000 years ago, right? The Great Wall of China was built. We'd like to have that wall. That wall, nobody gets through, that I can tell you. And that's 13,000 miles. Right? And that was done between 2,000, it did take them 500 years in all fairness, it was a pretty long time. They don't stop, they don't stop. That's why we need tough people to negotiate with the Chinese, because they don't stop. But the Great Wall of China was built, 13,000 miles. Now, in Mexico, they were complaining it doesn't work. Now, they have these walls built, and they said, well, people go over these walls with a ladder. You know how tall the wall is? It's like this. And it's not a wall, it's a little fence. And people put up a ladder that they buy at Home Depot, and they go over the wall, jump, and that's it. And then they say, I'm talking about a wall. See that ceiling up there? Higher. Did you ever see precast plank for parking garages? Okay, as an example, not a big deal. I'm a great builder. What I do best in life, in all fairness, I build. Which is good, because your infrastructure in this country is crumbling. Isn't it nice to have a builder? A real builder. So, you take precast plank, it comes 30 feet long, 40 feet long, 50 feet long. You see the highways where they can span 50, 60 feet, even longer than that, right? And you do a beautiful, nice precast plank with beautiful everything, just perfect. I want it to be so beautiful, because maybe someday they're going to call it the Trump Wall, maybe. So I have to make sure it's beautiful, right? I'll be very proud of that wall. If they call it the Trump Wall, it has to be beautiful. And you put that plank up, and you dig your footings, and you put that plank up, there's no ladder going over that.
Good night.
If they ever get up there, they're in trouble, because there's no way to get down. Maybe a rope. And then somebody said, oh, well, they'll build tunnels. Well, you can't build a tunnel, because with X-ray equipment, you can see if they're building a tunnel. You can't build a tunnel. Yeah, you can try, but if you have people, Now, we have to build the wall. We have to get the bad people out. The immigration policy, I've gotten great, I'll tell you what, I've gotten tremendous applause for what we submitted yesterday on immigration. Tremendous applause.